I'm inclined to inform you right at the start of this video that it's going to be primarily nothing but grinding. In fact, it'll probably be nothing but grinding. So, yeah. So if you're expecting anything interesting to happen, well, have I got something to tell you? Don't hold your breath. All right, chat. My controller is not plugged in, which means absolutely nothing, because now it's plugged in, which means I actually have to do the whole thing over again, because some programs do not actually register a controller being plugged in. They only register a controller is already plugged in. Maybe there's a fix to that I don't know about, but I don't know. All right, so what are we doing today, chat? What kind of fun do we have cooked up today? Where am I anyway, right? I'm leveling up more pogies because of course I am. So let's get right back into it and enjoy ourselves with a little how about the world is suck. Silent Hill inspired ambience. I can't click that because it's Silent Hill inspired. How about Calm Vania? If it would play. Calm Vania. Yeah, Castlevania music. Okay. We're on the grind. Why are we on the grind? Because I said I would, so I'm going through with it. But this is definitely a slow and arduous process. Alright. Did you know in like 3 weeks it's April? Can you believe that? I actually don't like this information. Me though, I'm not doing much. I did art, but I had fun with it. And then I drew Ruma eating a Bulbasaur. but not actually eating the Bulbasaur. I don't know. Remember that conversation we had before about how I have ideas and then I don't act on them because I'm worried I can't draw them well enough? Well, that's still obviously an issue. But it's not something that I can let myself be held back by anymore. I have to draw. I'll never be able to draw better if I don't draw. So what ideas am I saving? Because think about it like this. If you're saving all your good ideas for when you can draw, what are you drawing while you're trying to learn how to draw? Are you drawing things you want to draw? Hell no, you're not drawing things you want to draw. Which stinky, because then you hate drawing. But yeah, it was just a stupid idea I had, and I was like, cool, let's roll with it, and I had fun doing it. And it's nice because enjoyment was definitely on the decline before that. But also I saw some pretty neat advice as well that I liked, and it basically said pick a subject and only draw that for like a week. So it's neat because one of the biggest things that happens I find with art is when you look at a page and you don't know what to draw, so you just don't draw anything, and that's sucky. That's kind of sucky. But by picking a subject and staying on that subject, you're going to have to draw that subject. So you've already established what it is you're drawing. So you've gotten that part. You've gotten over the biggest hurdle, which is the start. What do you want to do? Doesn't matter what you want to do. You're doing this. You're going to do this. And for me, I've decided that's going to be Ruma. So I'm going to draw Ruma every day. But then the more you draw Ruma, the more, the better you get at drawing that particular thing. And then you'll get better, you'll get faster, and then you'll start to want to branch out and add more elements to the image. So it's not just Ruma, it's a bunch of things with Ruma. So you can draw her well, but then you can incorporate more and more stuff, and you let the creativity flow from the basis, which is Ruma in this case. So it's neat, and I like the idea behind it, because like I said, it gets past one of the biggest issues, and that is starting. It completely removes that whole like how do I start thing, and it just forces you to start with that. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm still gonna do like I'm gonna do my practices and whatnot as well. Like I'm still gonna do that. You can get toxic, nice. But I haven't really drawn anything, and I want to draw, so I'm going to draw. And I've decided I'm going to draw Ruma. So all I have to do is put Ruma on a paper and then figure out what I want to do from there. Nothing else needs to be thought about, to be honest with you. That's the extent of it. Another thing they said was about how motivation leads to art, or like inspiration leads to art, not motivation. So like the idea that if you're not inspired, you can't draw something. But sometimes, I mean most of the time, you kind of have to get the pencil moving, and then you'll find inspiration in whatever it is you're doing. And a fun thing that I have done before is you just kind of do a scribble. You just do a scribble on your sheet without any real cohesive thought to it, and then you try to find an image within the scribble, and then you draw like that. So it's a cool creative exercise because you just kind of see things in the scribble that other people probably won't see, because you can have different interpretations of what you see in it. And I played a little game of that with Ferdy and Soros before, where we made scribbles for each other and then drew what we saw. And they were all like, well, not all of them were vastly different, but they were pretty different. It's amazing the things you could see in such a thing as just like literally scrawls on the sheet. But it's a cool little creative exercise because it gives you an idea. You have soiled the paper, and now you're just trying to find something in that instead of just staring at a blank paper, which is nice because it's really easy to just fucking stare at a blank piece of paper and be like, what do you do here? How do you start? Like, how do you start? Do you start with a head? Do you start with an object? What are you doing right now? But so if you just take your pen and fucking draw like a 6-year-old, just go wee all over the paper, scribble your lines everywhere, and then you have something, and then from there try to find something within that nothing, and it's actually pretty fun. So you know that Alice that I drew? I don't think I can post it here because it's technically naked, but that Alice that I drew came from that. I made a scribble, and in the scribble I saw something like that. Now what's the interesting thing about it is that something I've noticed is that even when you kind of have like a general idea in mind, you can make mistakes that end up looking better and influence the direction of your image. Oh, that was quick for Bonky. That's nice. So like I could see what I could see in the scribble what like Alice with her arms crossed, but I couldn't quite get the angle that I saw. So the angle kind of changed, and the idea of the image also changed as well. But the general idea was still there, but the orientation of the parts and stuff differed, but it still like looked good relative to my idea. And even with the Ruma that I did yesterday, originally I was trying to position her arms on the table like the cabbage meme, you know the one. That was the plan, but then I ended up putting her arms kind of wonky. But I looked at them and I was like, okay, so it no longer looks like her hands are settled on, our elbows are settled on the table, but it looks like her hands are like, they're kind of frantic. So I roll with it. I was like, okay, I'll just make her hands express like recoil. So the pose still kind of worked, even though it didn't end up as I originally intended it. It was cool. It's a happy little accident. Don't pay too much attention to the fact that I got the hands backwards, because that is something that I legitimately did not notice until after I had closed up my program and it was pointed out to me. I was like, oh, oops. Because in my head, I was like, thumbs point inwards. Yes, that's true. When your palm is facing outwards anyway. But because I was looking at her, I was like, yes, I see the back of the hand from my point of view. Thumb is inwards, so that's how it looks, right? And that was not, in fact, how it looks. So I made a bit of a mistake there, but it's fine. It's not super, like, bad, but it's a silly mistake to make. For sure. But the important thing is, chat, like, I had fun with it. And obsessing over perfection is not fun. And it's also a really easy thing to do. But sometimes you kind of just have to let shit like that go. Just let it live so you can actually finish an image and enjoy yourself. Think about when you were a kid. Drawing was something that you did as a kid. You doodled in a notebook, you drew with crayons in a fucking coloring book. You made the nastiest, gnarliest looking things in the world, but you didn't give a fuck. You just drew. You just drew, you had fun with it. And then at some point, you know, when you get older, it's like, you start thinking, I want to be good. Then you just magically stop enjoying it the way you did before, and it's sucky. You gotta remember why you do it. It's a fun pastime. And of course you want to get better at it, but if you only focus on improving and perfection and not actually enjoying it, how are you going to produce anything that you're satisfied with? Especially when you're in the stage I am, where you're still, like, learning a lot. So you're not actually able to produce things equal to what you see in your head. And that stinks. But if you sit there and obsess over details and try to make it look like that over and over and over, eventually you're just never going to finish your art, which means you're never going to make progress on it, and you're never really going to get anything out of it. So it's a bit of a... It's something, and it is a problem that I've been having for quite a while now. It's just like, if I do something and I think it looks wrong, I'll sit there and correct it, and I'll correct it, and I'll correct it, and I'll correct it. And I end up not actually making any real progress on the overall image, and then, surprise, bitch, it's 2 a.m., you need to go to bed. So I go to bed, and I don't actually get to finish a full image. But when I care less, I still care a little bit, of course, but when I care less about being a stickler for details, things tend to go faster, and ultimately things don't turn out as bad as I think they do. Because you're your own worst critic. That much is for sure. Anything I make, I will be way more harsh judgment-wise on than somebody else. Like, every step of the way I will think, like, oh man, this isn't that great. But, like, I can't see my own work from other people's eyes. And that's kind of the thing for... Why'd I bother switching if I'm toxic? That's kind of the thing for a lot of people. Oh, man. Oh, man. I'll get this right eventually. There are aspects to that drawing that I think I did well, and there are aspects to that drawing that I think are quite the shortcoming. But that's okay, because I will learn from them, hopefully, and I will improve on them, hopefully. But it's hard to identify problem areas when you keep just, like, taking your liquefy tool or eraser and constantly redoing over and over and over again. Sure, you can tell there's something wrong with it, but sometimes you just gotta hold that L. Hold the L and then use it as a visual, like, indicator. Make a note of it. Be like, yeah, that didn't really work out. Instead of just erasing it, pretending it didn't happen and trying again. Instead of erasing it and trying again, you gotta make a note of it and then try again. And remember what it is that went wrong. This is good for ref studies as well, where you draw from reference and you build your reference, or you build the reference you're copying, but you build it in your own process. So, like, you don't just draw every line you see, you construct the body off the reference. So, like, you see the head, okay, you draw your head. You know how to draw a head, right? Circle, pointy chin, all that. Alright, torso, find the torso, make the torso. So you basically, you do your procedure for building, but you use their art as reference. And then when you're done, or you do as much as you can overlay it to compare it to the reference, and you can see what aspects you did differently. and which ones you did like close to it. And sometimes maybe your shoulders are too wide, maybe your shoulders aren't high enough, maybe your jaw is too wide, maybe your jaw is too thin, maybe your torso isn't steep enough. There's a lot of things you can see by doing that, and you can make note of them and then try again. So I actually did that a couple days ago with one of Mizusoba's Juns. So I did the draw over, and then I did the draw with my procedure, and then I put it over the reference, and I made a lot of aspects of it too wide, except the head. So then I tried it again, and I inverted, where every aspect I had made too wide had become too thin, and the one part that was too thin had become too wide. And I was like, great, fucking fantastic. Unfortunately, I was unable to do another one after that because I had a really bad headache after while doing that. So even just getting those two out was difficult. But yeah, I did that. And I can't say necessarily it super worked out, but at the very least I did attempt to change what I had done to better like match what I was working with. I just kind of overshot it and then undershot it. You know the Goldilocks story? This porridge is too hot, this porridge is too cold, this porridge was just right. It's like that, but instead of getting to the just right part, Goldilocks drank the cold soup, realized this house was a sham, and fucking left. Story over. That's what I did. I was Goldilocks, leaving, because hot soup, cold soup. No soup for you. Didn't want it. No thanks on that. I don't think I'm even going to use magnitude, but sure. Momoyo is probably one of those puppets that evolves at level 40 because fuck the player. But who knows? The other, like, Bonky went pretty fast, which was nice. Oh, man. But yeah, that's, I guess that's my daily, not so daily. That's my daily, not so daily talk about what I am doing and my struggles. I think it's kind of neat to think of it as like a time capsule sort of situation, where I'm talking about this right now as it's happening, but then these VODs will exist down the line, and it's like, oh cool, look at that, check out this VOD where he's talking about thing he does, and maybe at that point I'll be really good, and it'll be like, whoa, insane. But we think, sometimes I think we think too much in the present, but then we worry about specific things in the future, but we never really think about devoting ourselves to like a hobby in the long term. Whenever the idea of long term comes up, it's always like financial position and stuff like that. You're always worried about money troubles, but it's never like, if I start a hobby right now, I'm going to suck, but you know, in a couple years I'm not gonna suck. So you do this and you experience it in real time, and then if somebody like checks out your stuff from 3 years ago, it's like, whoa. But you don't really feel it necessarily because you're just doing it every day, and eventually you just get better at it. We are nothing if not persistent creatures. And I think at least trying is a lot better than just, you know, getting to the 3 years past and just never having done anything, and then thinking, damn, what if I had started 3 years ago? Where would I be right now? Well, just start now then. It doesn't have to be art. It can be anything, really. If you got an interest in it, give it a shot. Although I will say, it's very easy when you are new to something to want to give up, because there is an overwhelming amount of stuff you have to learn, and there is also a lot of stuff you're going to suck at. There's a lot of stuff you're not going to understand right away, and it's just gonna take a long time to really get good at it, so you need a lot of persistence. Another thing as well that I think deters a lot of people nowadays is the issue of attention, where people, if you don't get immediate like returns on the time you're putting in, you don't want to do it anymore. It's not worth it. Think of it like how YouTube Shorts. Think about that. YouTube Shorts, from what I understand, is like extremely non-profitable. It's bad, but it garners a lot of viewership. People do it, that gets viewership, but then it makes no money at all. It's laughable. But it gets you the views. So you put the views. It's not good for long term, but it's great for the short term dopamine. When you put a stupid little YouTube TikTok out and it gets big views. It's like posting memes on Twitter. You post a meme, it gets some of that sweet interaction, and then nobody cares 24 hours later. And then you do it again because you got to get that dopamine hit. Like, yeah, look at that thing I said. They love it. But if you don't get that dopamine hit for something that you're actually putting time into, it's kind of stinky. It sucks. Because on Twitter, you can literally just go to a page, grab a meme, post it on your own Twitter, and if you do it enough times, it'll pass around more, and then more people will see you as the meme channel, and then you'll be the hot meme channel, and you'll get a bunch of followers who follow you for your memes. And then you could be someone who is dedicating themselves to a hobby and learning it and getting absolutely nothing compared to whatever example person here is getting. And you feel like, oh, this sucks. Why bother continuing what I'm doing when I can just do what he's doing and get instant results? And so then everybody becomes a shitty meme page that steals other people's content. And they just all recycle the same content over and over again. And that's the way Mafia works. Alright, well that went pretty fast. But now we have to go back to the decks and figure out what we're doing next. Oh man. What happens is you see somebody who has been doing it for a long time and you think, damn, how long have they been doing that? 5 seconds? I bet I could do it in 5 seconds. And you can't do it in 5 seconds. 5 seconds is it's not enough time to do something like that. Now that gratification that you can get chasing that high, that dopamine hit, I get that. But you gotta think of it. Think of drug, chat. Don't do drug, alright? Let me say that right now. Do not drug. But the important thing here is that sometimes things give you an immediate yes, big dopamine flush, and other things don't. In fact, sometimes they make you so sad you wish to not wake up in the morning because they're frustrating. They're a source of frustration, pain, stress, and suffering. So why do that when you can drug? You know what I mean? But you can't do that because you got to think about you got to think about it. You got to put your mind to it. Okay. Mailing. T-Chen. Sakuya's. I'm looking for... Okay, Ben. I don't have Little Seija. Where are you? You don't exist. What the fuck's Little Seija? I don't have Rikako either. Okay. Ben Rikako. Here's Rikako. And here's Ben. Okay. Where is Shibi Seija? Kotohime and On. I don't have On or Kotohime. And I think that's like Kana. On Kotohime Kana. There's On. I see Kotohime. And I know I have Kana in here. Kana was an early Mon, right? She's like a real early cave Mon. I don't see her. C-Sage is a different slot in the decks. Why is your dex like this? Your dex makes me sad. I do not like it. It is hard to read. Where is Kana? There you are. That's Mugetsu. The fuck is Kana? Wait, I have a Sea Seija. She's right here. Motherfucker. Alright. I had her the whole time. It is awful. It is revolting. I wish to not be a part of it. What'll be nice, chat, is once... We'll never have to see Mai and Satono again once I get all, like, the evolution ones. Then it will just be money grinding and egg breeding. Which is always a fun time. Okay. Limitations. Man, that's what they all say. They're so scattered. It's hard to tell what I have and don't have. So I guess not many people probably attempt to fill the Pokedex in this game. It's not really the purpose of it. You can if you want. It's more so about the variety. Alright, going back. Okay. Alright, sure. Well, it's been a half hour. I've said my piece about the way of the world. Does anyone have anything fun? Xenodex didn't break when you caught Junko. Oh. Anyone have anything fun to share with the class? Anything exciting? Any new informations in the world of video games? Because I have nothing. I've exhausted my topic. I like catching up on the things I've done, though. It's fun. No Wario. Actually, speaking of Wario, I'm kind of impressed that they didn't bother doing a direct for Mario Day. But they did give us the release date for TTYD and I believe the Princess Peach game. So... But we haven't had a direct in a while. Which, you know, that's a tale as old as time. Only 3 of you, okay. Look at Sage flip upside down. That's her power. Her ability to reversal. Don't need fake out. I honestly don't think the TTYD remake is going to have much of any difference. And I don't even think I'm that upset over that. It'd be nice if they kind of did it like the Mario RPG remake, where they added like post-game stuff to it, which is really cool. But for the most part, they preserved so much about that game's original like style. It's nice, honestly, how little they touched about it. And I don't mind Thousand Year Door being similar. I really don't, because that game's great. Of course, that also opens up the avenue of, but then you're paying $80 for an HD re-release of a GameCube game instead of like it being like a $15 or on the Switch bundle, whatever. You know, it opens up all kinds of avenues of conversation. It should be more. There should be more changed if it's coming to Switch. I get that, but sometimes I think that a game doesn't need that much adjustment, and it's fine. But the full price moniker does kind of suck. Resident Evil 4. That one is not Resident Evil 4. It is Resident Evil 4, but that is an entirely different like game, but still RE4, and I love that game. But Mario RPG, like, it's nice how much of that game was the same, but it was like the same. It was the same game. There were added mechanics for babies. And just like, you know, some stuff like that. So there were changes to mechanics to make things more friendly to the player. But that's about it, really. But again, that game is really, really beloved to a point where it's hard to change anything in that game without people complaining. But then people would complain about things changing too much. They would complain about things not changing enough to warrant the price tag. And you get stuck in this kind of ugly middleman where you literally cannot please. You can't please anyone. Or you can't please both sides. And trying to appease both sides makes nobody happy. So you just gotta bite the bullet and pick a side. Do you keep it as close to the original as possible, or do you change a bunch to justify the fact that it's a remake? Look at Final Fantasy VII. Final Fantasy VII Remake. That game it called itself Remake. And it kept doing things that were like, that's not in the book. No, what are these plot ghosts? And then the second part comes out and it's called Rebirth. And so it's not a remake. It's a reimagining with all kinds of extended universe characters being a part of it for some reason or another, which is kind of cool. I'm actually really enjoying everything in Final Fantasy VII Rebirth. I'm just watching Vinny play it, though. I'm not playing it myself. But that game is really cool. But I know that game was pretty divisive when it first came out because it was called Remake and, you know, and now it's called Rebirth and I don't know what's going on with it. I wonder if you can sniff hook-tail feet. Okay. Alright, I'm sorry. I'm sorry I looked at chat. Now, do you really want to sniff her feet? Or would you just be mad if the option was removed, even though it doesn't affect you in any way, shape, or form? Because these are the kinds of things that happen. Do you know how many times a fighting game comes out and like an anime fighter comes out or something and there's discourse about some form of like slight censorship over a character, and then somebody posts like a 24,000 tweet about how censorship is killing Western media, and it's like they just put stockings on a girl. Just refer to the Coney tweet. They did that to Mithra, I believe, in Smash Ultimate. They gave her leggings, which is arguably better, in my opinion. That's way better design-wise. But what do I know? But there are some changes that I think are outlandish. Like, Tokyo Mirage Sessions comes to mind. Tokyo Mirage Sessions literally removed the pelvic bones from a CG. Like, the character's pelvic bones just disappeared, and they just had a fucking completely flat stomach. Why would they just remove anatomy like that? Like, what? That's ridiculous. Like, that's not meant to be sexy or anything like that. And if you're looking at those, it's like that's just the body. Like, it's just how our bodies look. And instead, you made this character like a fucking freakazoid because you removed bone from them. Because you looked at them and you're like, oh, this will make pee-pee hard from soft. It's like, okay, Treehouse, whatever you say. Fucking Jesus. That game was certainly swept under the rug in terms of marketing, man. They just did not give a fuck about that game at all. I don't know anything about it. It might as well not even exist. They had this crazy ass design for Crom. But yeah, there are changes like that. I like that Sakurai said when Terry was announced, he talked about Mai. It was like, yeah, like he had a bunch of background characters he was showing off in the King of Fighters arena, and he like called Mai out by name. It was like, yeah, we can't put her in the game. She's a little, you know. And it's like, okay, the only way you put her in is if you completely cover her up, and that's just, people are gonna complain about that. But then you can't put her in a fucking Nintendo game looking like she does, because that's just not a good idea. So no matter what, you lose. So you might as well just not even bother trying. It saves time in the end. Oh, that's the wrong one. Yeah, I remember Tokyo Mirage Sessions originally got leaked on like an upcoming Switch release roster that happened way back when. And it basically said something like SMT X Fire Emblem or something. Like there was a pending name on there that made it kind of clear that there was something involving those two series together, and it got people kind of like excited. And then it got revealed as Tokyo Mirage Sessions FE, and then marketing for the game, as far as I know, didn't really do much for it. Censorship issues with it that were laughably like stupid, and overall it's just a game that I don't actually know if it was good or not. All I know is that it was a game. That's all I got. The game kind of took a while to get off. That game was Wii U. Yeah, I know. I know it was a Wii U game. Oh, I said Switch, didn't I? Yeah, my bad. That's my bad. Yeah, that game was actually really old. Because the censorship was, you know, that was when Treehouse was localizing a lot of things. I think a big reason why Fates gets a lot of shit is because of the localization changes. Most people will talk about the actual gameplay aspects, of course. And then some people will say that not being able to pet a girl's head is sacrilegious. But really, like, the localizers for that game changed a lot more than they probably should have. And it showed. And I think that was the last game that Treehouse was allowed to touch. Because holy shit. Imagine, chat, could you imagine current year if Treehouse was still prominent localizing for Nintendo titles? Oh my god. We joke about it, and you can say, oh, it wasn't that bad. It was pretty bad. That's like saying 4Kids wasn't that bad. 4Kids is funny in hindsight, but it was pretty bad. But if Treehouse was still localizing things in this day and age... Oh man, oh man, oh man. What a funny thought that one is. Here. Get insane. Yeah. I wonder what the people at Treehouse do now. Cause do they still do like their game promos? Is that what they do? Like, I know usually after directs and stuff, they have like a Treehouse where they show off a little bit of gameplay for some of the announced games. But I never watched past that point because, quite frankly, I don't know who any of those people are. I don't care who any of those people are, and I doubt they're good enough at a game to show anything with merit at all. And they just talk about things, and I don't care about what they talk about. Who cares? Who are you? I don't care about you. I don't think they've done that for a while. Oh. Well, it shows what I know. Like I said, when the direct ends, I'm gone. I don't pay attention to anything that happens after that. Oh, well. That's fine. I'm just glad that they got cut off after Fates. I really am. Mr. Tomato Juice, Mr. Pickle Lover. They turned a guy obsessed with like old poetry. I think he was a Shakespearean fan or something. And they turned him into a guy who really likes pickles. And it's great because that character trope basically only shows up when he's involved with the main character. And then there's a confession scene. He compares Corin to like the greatest pickles known to man. And it's just like, damn, look at that Riz on that boy. Damn, girl, are you a pickle? Because I like pickle. It's like, what the fuck? What is he talking about? Is this guy alright? I just go to Hime. Treehouse also kind of completely destroyed Effie's character. Effie might be one of the most unpopular characters. I actually don't know. Chat, are there Fire Emblem popularity polls for games? Do those exist? I actually wondered about this now, because I feel like Effie is a character who gets a lot of unfortunate rep, because they completely changed. Like, they did not give her a voice that matched what her character actually was, which is silly. So her voice and her personality did not really line up. But if you play the Japanese, it's like, oh, okay, you're fine. Everything gets a popularity poll. No, see, Effie is beloved in, like, because the Japanese voice, you know what kind of character she is. I'm saying, strictly speaking, English-wise, they ruined the character because they completely did not understand what the character was. She's supposed to be the kind of character who's very soft-spoken and shy, but is freakishly strong. And I've actually seen that character before in School Rumble with Karen Ichijo. She's a meek girl, but she's unbelievably strong. So that was the trope they were going for. But they saw strong girl and they decided to make her butch for some reason. But none of her dialogue, like, works for it. Like, it just doesn't work. And as a result, she's an awkward character. But if you know how she's supposed to be, she's a great character. She is a good unit. Yeah, she's a good unit. Give up on Mist. Point is, that was, they misinterpreted a character pretty hard. And I don't like that. I didn't like, in Fates, or, in Awakening. My least favorite characters in those games are Sully and her daughter, Kajel. Those characters are very annoying. And it feels like they tried to make Effie, like, kind of like Kajel, but that's not what her character was supposed to be. Well, I guess I'm poisoning now. Now, you want to talk muscle girls? Rinka. Rinka was muscle girl done right. Because she was just a tough lady. But she didn't feel the need to prove herself to anyone or anything. She's just a fucking strong barbarian lady who hit really hard. Actually, her strength stat wasn't actually that amazing, all things considered. But it's okay. It's okay. Her and Charlotte, I like those two. Those two were great. They were the female berserkers of the game. But Rinka is strong lady done right, in my opinion. Sully got on my nerves because it felt like everything that revolved around Sully. I get her whole story. She comes from a family of knights. She has a bunch of brothers. She's like the only woman in there, and she wants to prove that she can be a knight, even though she's a female. But like, she just, all of her support conversations always kind of lean towards the, what, you think I can't do it because I'm a girl? I'll show you. It's like she feels the need to prove herself in every single interaction. Whereas Rinka is just like, I wear Sarashi, you can see my six-pack, and I don't take any bullshit. And it's like, whew, now that is a woman. God damn. Of course, this may just be streamer projecting, which is, you know, perfectly fine, because even if what a streamer was projecting, he is objectively correct on this stance. I like Stahl, but he's like really bland. But that's literally his character. He's exceedingly average in every regard, but I think he's kind of neat. I think he's a handsome man. But yeah, I don't like Sully, and I don't like Kajel, so like, Sully's always just like, I don't care. Never use her, and then I just kind of pair up with whatever to get the paralog, so I can go get Kajel, but it doesn't really matter because I'm not going to use her either. That said, chat, some skills in those games are hilarious. I love when you get certain skills on like generals and knights. They literally belly slide into the opponent. It's so stupid. Like, they'll just fucking like lean forward and just fling themselves belly slide style into the opponent. And it's hilarious for lethality, because if it makes contact, the whole screen just goes red and the silhouettes are black. But it's not like a slash or anything. It's just a fucking human torpedo hitting them in the shin, getting an instant kill. It's so stupid. But it's really funny. Oh. Fire Emblem has some goofy animations like that, but they're fun. I know I mentioned this one before, but one of my favorite dodge animations in the game is for the Berserker class, because they just walk away from the attacker. So if you dodge like a Swordmaster's Astra, you dodge all 5 of them. So while he swings at you 5 times, your Berserker is just walking away, looking over his shoulder like, holy shit, man, what are you doing? Like, he's just going for a brisk pace walk as this crazy ass man behind him is swinging his sword all over the place. That one's my favorite. It's so goofy. Alright, that was a quick 5, actually. was a very quick 5. So let's get the next set. Still looking for Kana. Okay. I didn't really use Berserkers very much. I also don't use Knights because I can't get them to move fast enough into the positions I need them in. So I just use dodge tanks and then they don't dodge and I'm like, what? What do you mean? Alright. Kana, Joshka, Aka. Kana, Joshka, Aka. Oh. Okay, let's see. Where you at? Okay, there's Aka. Where the fuck is Kana? Where are you? And there's orange. Okay, there's orange. Kana. Did I ever find a little Joshka? I don't think I did. Oh no, there she is. I know I have a Kana though. Where is she? Like she should have a stupid little hat. I don't see her stupid little hat. Kurumi. Oh, there she is. I found her stupid little hat. Okay. I got orange. Layla, Sumireko. Okay. I saw Yorihime as well, so Toyohime probably also counts. But we'll get Sumireko first. A little panda rider. Okay. Alright, here we go again. Restore my pee-pee. Whoa, Aka, you are tall. Get down from there. You're gonna hurt yourself. And we're doing another run. We're going, we're going, we're going. Ah, there we go. I love this music. Some good stuff. I like the picture of this playlist. It's just a skeleton. It's a skeleton holding a nice cup of joe, looking out the window. Wouldn't it be nice to be a skeleton like that? Skeletons don't have to worry about anything. They're just skeletons, dude. I find it kind of funny how skeletons are... I don't know, it's like, are you really afraid of a skeleton? I feel like I've seen skeletons so much at this point that it's hard to, like, actually be afraid of one. Now, if one moved, then it'd be like, whoa, holy shit. But, like, is a skeleton truly scary? We're kind of awesome on the inside, you know? That's us. That's what we look like. Bony boy. No creepypasta, though. What do you mean, no creepypasta? I mean, did you want me to find one? I'm not looking. You gotta look. That's been the agreement since the start, has it not? This is the part of the music that reminds me of Falsebound Kingdom. The nervous system... oh, God. The nervous system is the most be not afraid child shit going on in our body. All kinds of crazy shit going on. Oh, everybody but Sumireko. Nice. How do you make a skeleton scary? Because, like, I feel like a skeleton at its rawest form just should not be tampered with. That's all of them. Okay. It should fall apart? Why should it fall apart? What did the skeleton do to fall apart? It's held together by pure anger. I hate when they encore me when I click toxic. I don't need memento. What if you could just be a skeleton? It's all about how the skeleton moves. What does that mean exactly? How they move? How do they move? What do you mean? Can a what can a skeleton do? With hyper-realistic blood, but it's a skeleton, man. Skeletons don't bleed. Chat, what is the coolest bone in the body? This is an important question. What is the coolest bone in the body? I don't want curse. It's gotta be the skull. That's cheating though, because the skull is like huge. Because like there's 250 something bones in the human body, and the skull counts as one? Surely not. Like there's a lot of bones in there. You can't just pick the whole skull. You got bones that make up the skull. I like the femur. Because from what I understand, the femur, if you remove the femur from somebody, it would cause the most pain imaginable in the human body. Now, that's not the reason why I like it, but it's also like the biggest bone in the body as well. So could you imagine like beating somebody to death with their own femur? You know, in Mortal Kombat 4, one of Quan Chi's fatalities is he rips your leg off and he beats you with it. He just beats the shit out of you with it. That's like kind of metal. Oh, I don't want to hold that anyway. That's the wrong item. Alright, take that. Imagine. Oh, I mean, Mortal Kombat. I'm pretty sure one of Scorpion's fatalities in Mortal Kombat is that he literally rips out your femurs and like stabs you with them. So yeah, that's an unfortunate situation to find yourself in. Would recommend avoiding that. Would you beat someone to death with their own skull? Well, if you have their skull in your hand, they're probably already dead. But you can rip someone's femur out and have them still be like alive. They wouldn't be alive for very long, but they could still be alive. Never quite understood why when Sub-Zero rips your head off, your spine comes out with it. He's the only one who seems to do that. I can encore it again. What is he talking about? What do you mean, what am I talking? I'm talking about the femur bone. It's the largest bone in your body. It's located in your upper leg. It's a cool bone because it's huge, and it's like a blunt weapon. So it's kind of cool to think how, like, you know, in a bad situation, you always got a weapon with you. You just gotta pull it out and get swinging, and then figure out how to get that leg moving again. But you know, you got a weapon. Think about how sharp every bone is. Technically we're all concealed carriers, chat. We have multiple sharp edges within our body we could pull at a moment's notice to fight back. That's dangerous. I got encore like every single time I click toxic. I can rip my arm off and beat you with my own arm. Because that's ranged attack, baby. If you throw a punch or a kick that's still attached to your body, it's not a disjoint. However, if I rip my arm off and I hit you with my arm like a flail, that's a disjoint. Because if you hit that arm, I don't feel the pain of that arm being hit. Because that arm is no longer a part of my body. You see, it's genius. That's why you can beat someone to death with their own leg. It's a blunt instrument. This is a really stupid conversation. Oh, nervous system. Give me the pinky bone. So chat, what happens to our skull tan if we have no muscle surrounding it? Do we just crumble? Do we crumble into a pile of bones? Or can our skeletons maintain a certain degree of like our skull can. Our skull can maintain intact, but does everything else just crumble? Or are there other parts of our body that can actually kind of remain intact without anything supporting it? you become crumbly. No, I get that, but like the skull doesn't. There's connective tissue and ligaments. I don't know, man. I don't know anything about the fucking body. All I know is that I got a skeleton inside of me and he's not coming out. It's spooky. Yeah, if you drink enough milk, then your skeleton... When you drink enough milk, your bones outgrow your muscle size. So, I am actually big bones. I'm big bone, baby. Absolute Chad. Oh, that guy's so scrawny, and then, you know, he passes away. All he does is drink milk, and he's got, like, he's got a skeleton that's so jacked that it's, like, a different species. He's playing the long con. It's gonna keep biting you, and it's gonna taste great. Milk is great. Everybody loves milk. Do you want to be preserved in amber? No. I hope when they find my skull, it looks awesome. It'd be really shitty if they used my skull, they found it, and they were like, this skull looks like it belonged to a jackass. How can you tell? I can just tell. Look at the way the jaw protrudes. Basic jackass behavior. It's like, fuck. Well, I guess I got a jackass skull. I don't know what my skull looks like. Have you ever seen a picture of your skull, chat? I'm sure you could with an x-ray, but I've only seen the inside of my mouth for my teeth for x-rays. I've never needed a head x-ray. I've never seen my own skull. I wonder how different it looks from other people's skulls. Gamer dent on the skull, unlucky. I don't have a gamer dent. Actually, I might. It's unknown. No, I don't think I have a dent in my head. I hope I don't. You get a slight indent from headphones, but it's not like it's a permanent thing. It's not like a Tyler 1 or anything like that, right? I don't know what happened. Maybe it's because the Pokemon are not on the slow EXP growth rate or something, but these guys are getting EXP a lot faster than usual. Maybe it's because I'm not reading a creepypasta and I'm actually focusing on clicking the button. Uh-oh. What is that? He found one, but what is it? Speak of the devil. It says I mind. Oh shit, it's Sonk, chat. It's a Sonk creepypasta. I mind. Alright, are you guys ready? Looks like we're back to creepypastas after all. Oh man. Oh man, here we go. It's coming. Brace yourself. I mind. Hold on, I need to get Kana in there now. Joshka's done. Here we go. Hi, my name is L. I live in Redacted. I like Sonic like a lot. When I was 10, my dad bought me a Sonic the Hedgehog game from the Sega Genesis. It was a normal copy of Sonic. It stayed with me for 8 years straight. That's great. When I turned 13... Damn, you got Sonic? Wait. When I turned 13, I kind of forgot about Sonic and started leaning more towards Mario and Crash. When I turned 15, I was looking on one of my boxes looking for Crash Bandicoot and accidentally found Sonic Hedgehog. I decided to play Sonic instead of Mario for tonight. I booted up the game and got a Lambert Zone and couldn't get any further. Classic Sonic 1 experience. It has been 4 hours and I decided to call it a day. Wait, isn't Lambert Zone like the second, or it's the 4th zone, right? Yeah. It took 4 hours. That's an hour per zone average. That's terrible. Some fucking Sonic fan. He's 15. That's like peak gamer age right there. Alright. Where was I? I woke up at 5 a.m. feeling hungry and decided to go and eat something. But somehow the game was running. No, it wasn't playing itself. I tried to turn it off, but it didn't turn off. So I tried again, and no results. Then the game started in Green Hill Zone. For some reason, I decided to play it. And then I lost. But this time, instead of restarting the entire game, it launched a new zone called Cage Act 1. This motherfucker died in Green Hill Zone. What a Sonic fan. It felt weird since that didn't happen before. I checked the game's CD to see if it was a bonus zone, but I found nothing. Anyways, the level didn't have Sonic, land, nor anything besides a cage. Inside the cage were 2 red eyes. I obviously didn't know what it was. but I knew something was wrong. I remember the famous Sonic EXE creepypasta. I thought when I was 13 I removed the original Sonic game and replaced it with Sonic EXE. But it wasn't quite like Sonic EXE. Maybe another Sonic creepypasta. Oh no. What do you mean another one? You mean another one compared to what you're writing right now? You're breaking it. You're breaking the law. I got my book and decided to analog everything that happens. Back to the game, I tried to move and nothing happened. I tried jumping, but nothing happened. I waited a while and Sonic appeared. He looked normal. His stare gave me the creeps. Stayed the same for 2 to 5 minutes straight. Then I heard a laugh that sounded like Sonic EXE's. It wasn't like it, but it was very close. A text appeared saying, "What a surprise, still waiting on a miracle." I knew something was wrong. All of a sudden, text appeared stating, "I give you an offer. You let me out, I'll give you anything you want." I didn't answer. "Come on," he said. "Come on." "I will redacted," I said. What do you mean? What do you mean you'll redacted? "You know that I can hear you. Try inputting it by plugging the keyboard next to the Nintendo 64. Wait a minute. Whoa. Back up. We got a lot of questions right here. First of all, what game is Sonic 1 for? Second, why does he need to type anything into a keyboard if the entity inside the game can hear him? And why does plugging it into an N64 matter? Am I the one who's confused here? With no questions, I plugged it in and typed what I wanted. He giggled. I tried not to laugh. Scandalous behavior with the strange entity in my Sonic cartridge. Deal, let's make it quick. All of a sudden, I am inside the game. I look like Sonic. No, I was Sonic. Sonic stated, "Run per blind," and I laugh from behind. "No matter the grind, it's all inside your mind." What? "Run per blind and a laugh from behind. No matter the grind, it's all inside your mind." I was shaking. But why? Shouldn't you be like heated? Because those are some hot bars, baby. What the fuck? It was cold, then Sonic picks me up. He started walking to a normal sized door. Then he opens the door and throws me inside. It was dark. I couldn't see. I couldn't smell. "What's this? Green light? Why is it floating?" I said. I felt so cold my head started to twitch. How does he survive here, I thought. A normal hedgehog can't physically survive here. I also thought, it's a game. I'm not going to question it. I thought while shaking my head. You are in the game, champ. There are a lot of questions you got. What do you mean exactly that you're not going to question any of this because it's a game when you are literally inside the game right now? What are you doing? What is going on here? Oh, okay, what's next? Then I heard a chainsaw. I heard a very strange laugh. It gave me goosebumps. I looked left and I could see the living room. I could see my entire home. It's like I'm looking through the game screen. I looked back and the eyes looked bigger, almost as if they came closer. I blinked and it didn't move. So I thought it was just my mind. I tried to move, but I couldn't. I tried to touch the ground, but there wasn't any. It felt like swimming, not quite floating there. Wasn't a surface. But it still felt like there was an object surrounding me. A liquid. Oh no. A water-like liquid. No, Sonic, put him in the jar. No, he put him in the jar. No, not the jar. The chainsaw sound was driving me insane. Hello, anyone that here? I screamed. The chainsaw sound stopped. The green eyes disappeared. I thought they were red. A Sonic figure appeared. Is that the Sonic I saw before? I thought. His eyes reappeared, but much weirder. He starts smiling. His green eyes shine. Why is this so dramatic? I thought while crippling in fear. Well, That's not the kind of thing you say when you are crippling in fear. You're I hate you. I hate you. You're pissing me off. All of a sudden, the creature says, in this world, everything is dark. Stories forgotten and went unwritten. Well, if they never went written... You know what? Whatever. Time will sense and all will end. You're the first to see what I can really be. Okay. I shredded tears. Shredded tears? Wait a minute. What? Can you do that, chat? Can you shred tears? Not shedding, shredding. He shredded them. Would you like some cheese with that, sir? His eyes are creepy. He looked worse than anything I've ever seen. The water felt colder than the air. Although, 2 words, I didn't feel anything under there. It's like swimming upside down. Sadly, I can't describe the feeling. The creature detached its head and started floating after me. I started swimming as fast as I could. But the water was cold and I couldn't swim very well. The head kept getting closer. As I struggled to swim, I looked back and he was about to touch my feet. Yeah! I kept swimming. At last he caught me. I looked back in fear when he opened his mouth wider than his entire body. He consumed me whole. I'd just like to remind everybody that this guy has written this story, so he is clearly still alive. But he has been consumed whole by our strange Sonk EXE entity. But not Sonk EXE, but kind of like Sonk EXE, but not quite Sonic EXE. You know, different creepypasta, not the Sonic one. Okay. He consumed me whole. I felt warm for once. I felt my body getting dislocated. The creature's eyes looked at me from the inside. They turned green. I couldn't feel my toes and fingers anymore. He kept staring at me. I was about to faint. Then I started crying and said, "Why me? Did I do something wrong? Why is this happening?" The creature seemed to not care. All of a sudden it said, "Little kid, you don't know what you've done." What did he do? Then I got teleported to a workplace. More like a workshop. I feel myself chained, trapped. All of a sudden, he grabs a chainsaw and activates it. He points it at me. He walks closer. I started to sweat. He came close enough to cut me in half. Well, clearly he didn't, because you're still typing the story out, right? Alright. Hang in there. He started cutting my body parts in half. Alright, well, you're gonna have to explain how you got out of this one, buddy. Alright. I couldn't react to it. I couldn't feel it. It was too cold. He has cut all of my arms. What do you mean he's cut all of your arms? You mean all 2 of them? Why did you say it like that? Why didn't you say he cut my arms off? Why did you say he cut all of my arms? You only have 2 arms. Every human being on the planet only has 2 arms. You could have just used the number 2. It would have been cleaner. Using all implies you could have more than 2. It's weird. What is he? He's a fucking Goro monster. Where am I? My reactions were non-existent. He laughed. He started cutting my face. I didn't feel a single thing. I couldn't speak. My mouth was too cold. He started carving an X on my abdomen. He stopped the chainsaw. He looked at me. His eyes disappeared. He said, "All of this was never meant to be used. You're the first person to reach this far." Everything goes black. Cage Act 2 flashes on my right. It's some kind of basement stage. The entire place is underwater. I swam for a bit. What? But how did you... How though? This guy has no arms. He lost all of his arms. He's got an X in his abdomen, and his face has been cut off. How is he swimming? He said he wasn't a very good swimmer, so don't tell me that he's swimming with only his feet, because that doesn't make any fucking sense. He's already established he's a bad swimmer. I'm paying attention to the story, unlike you. And I swam a bit and found some traps. It was easy to avoid them, with no arms. The traps started getting a bit hardcore. Mines were introduced. No enemies were there. It felt empty and claustrophobic. The traps got really hardcore. I had to restart the level 4 to 7 times. Wait a minute, so are you in the game or are you playing the game? So if you die, you just what? Are you, It got very frustrating. I got mad. After a bit of time, I found a secret ring. By a ring, I mean a giant red ring that was never seen in the game. The ring was behind an out-of-bounds wall. How'd you find that? I remember failing a parkour course and falling on a platform. Remember, this guy is in the game as Sonic right now, right? And he's talking about restarting the level and shit. What is going on here? I entered the ring and it teleported me to Cage Zone Act 3. And it was the workshop I was in. I saw another red ring, but it was on the shelf. I had to run and jump. At that moment, I started to question how I swam without arms. Yo, wait a minute. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Even he realized there was something goofy about that. Hold on. It's all coming together. Hold on, the payout. But then I remembered that this is a game, so I ignored it. I started jumping and jumping. I got tired quickly. After a few deaths, I reached the ring. I entered the ring and woke up somewhere else. Cage 4, Act 4. Wait, it's no longer Cage Zone. Flashed on my right. It's completely dark. I wandered around for a while. Suddenly, I tripped on something. I couldn't see anything because it was completely dark. Suddenly, a candle appeared, so I went to it and started kicking it around. Why? I went back to the thing I tripped on. It was a small drawer. I opened the drawer and there was paper in it. The paper stated, if you're here, then it's already too late. Turn the paper around. I turned it to its back and it stated, don't look behind you. I was about to turn around, but I heard a weird sound, so I listened to the paper. Ooh. I held the candle with my mouth and I started walking. That is just a great idea. I heard footsteps coming from behind me. I felt unsafe. I started running. The sound got louder. I started running faster. I looked behind me and saw a green creature. The creature looked sad and harmless. I stopped running and looked at the creature. I looked at it and the creature looked at me back. Why are you running away? It said. Please stay here. I'm sad and alone. It also said I knew it was a trick, so I ignored it. Oh, it also said I knew it was a trick, so I ignored it. I kept walking and the creature kept trying to convince me. It got annoying, but I kept going and ignored it. The creature got angry over time. After a few minutes, the creature got really angry. It revealed its shape and head. It looked like Sonk. After a few minutes, they had enough. It started running after me. I heard its footsteps getting louder, so I ran as fast as I could. The candle I was holding went off. I couldn't see anything besides the creature's eyes. It got faster and faster, and I was getting tired. But it's a video game, dude. What are you getting tired for? I couldn't run anymore. The creature reached me. The creature grabbed me. The creature smiled at me. The smile was as long as his entire face. It opened its jaw and the thing I saw inside shocked me. It was my redacted's face. It looked normal, just black and white. I shredded a single tear out of my eye. Remember her, he said. Do you feel any remorse? He said, I didn't mean to, I said while sobbing. I didn't want to do it. It was by accident, I said. The creature shook its head. You'll still pay, it said. I started shaking. Please, I said while sobbing and kicking the creature. The creature looked to its right, then threw me into a red ring. What did he do? What did he do? Who is redacted? I suddenly woke up in a room. The room was completely dark. A sign was right in front of me with a door next to it. The sign read Rejection, Act 1. Looks like I have no other choice, I said. I opened the door and walked in. It was a birthday party. There were kids that had blurred faces. I saw a boy with a blurred face. There were 2 workers with blurred faces. I assume that everyone will have blurred face. The boy goes to the kids and asks to join this small party. They refuse. He kept asking and they kept rejecting him. It started getting annoying. One of the kids has had enough. She goes to the kid and tells him to get lost. I was getting kind of frustrated. The kid refuses to stop. But why? I just want to join the party. Oh. Hold on. The girl slaps the kid. The kid looks confused. Why'd you slap me? He said. The other kids weren't fully innocent. They started picking on the kid and bullying him, punching him and hitting him. How about we go a little bit more hardcore, the girl said. The girl grabs a chair and aims it at the boy, then swings it at the kid. The kid was panicking. He blocked the hit and accidentally hit the girl with the chair. He hit her so hard she fell to the ground. I was shocked and sad. Everybody stepped back. The girl was down and her head was bleeding. The kid didn't believe his actions. Everybody ran out of the place, leaving the kid alone. The kid's parents didn't believe their eyes. I shredded a tear. Then the kid started crying. A red ring appeared. I went to he ring and entered it. Suddenly I woke up somewhere else. There was a couch. I was in my real human body. I sat down on the couch. There was a monitor, a Sega Genesis, and a controller. The screen all of a sudden turned on. I grabbed the controller and waited for something to happen. Ow. Give me your item. No, give me your item. Ow. It's okay, it's a little saliva down the wrong tube. Okay, so what happened was this kid wanted to join the party and they told him no and he kept asking, so they got violent with him. So the girl was like, how about we hit you with a fucking chair? And she fails and then she ends up hitting herself in the head with the chair. And everyone's like, oh my god, I can't believe you hit her in the head with a fucking chair, you monster. And this is what we call not dealing with the consequences of your own actions. Yorihime Toyohime Ancestor. I don't know how to get Ancestor or Tenma. Area unknown. I don't know where to get Ancestor. Or Tensoku. I don't have regular Alice? I don't have Raisin or Sanai. Wait, where do you get these girls? I don't know where that is. Wait, she's all over the place. The fuck? The shard evolutions. From who? Oh, that's Trophy Garden. Oh, right. Right, I should probably go to the Trophy Garden and grab all the starters and stuff, huh? Let me see. I need regular Sanyo, Yumeko, Tsukasa, Yorihime, Toyohime. Okay. Okay. Tsukasa. Who else was it? I forgot again. Tsukasa. Sanyo is there. Yeah, Sanyo. Who was the other one? Who was the other one I ran by? Shit. Wait, that's a little junky. Toyohime, Yorihime, And I don't remember who that last one was. Okay. Shibi Tengu? I don't have that. And Chakure for Ancestor. Okay. I don't have Shibi Tengu. Raisin Snai. Who was it that I passed? Yumeko. Okay. Let me see. Yumeko. You should be with, like, the other Mystic Square ones, right? Like down here? There you are. Okay. Any of the Tengu. Oh, so I can use it on okay. Noted. Roger. Hold on, we gotta get back to the spooky spaghetti. I'm going. Chat, I know the story hasn't finished, but, well, I don't know, man. It's looking like a real winner of a story right now. We even got a little, like, Freddy cutscene that I don't think anybody was expecting that. Okay, here we go. The Revenge Arc. Five Nights at Freddy. We could use a new Freddy game. Because Help Wanted 2 was garbage. Garbage! Alright, take the egg. And let's see, Toxic. Of course you can learn it. Of course you can learn it. Actually kind of surprised you can learn it. Yorihime and Toyohime can't learn it because they're too pure. Well, we're getting to the end. Ready? Alright, here we go. Cage Act ? Flashes on the screen. It was black and white. Green Hill Zone. No enemies. No rings. And no traps. I started wandering around looking for a red ring, but found nothing. I completed the level, but I didn't get teleported to Act 2. I waited and waited, but nothing happened. I got back to the start and saw a flying creature. Creature looked like Sonic. Like everything else we've seen so far, it had no eyes, no legs, and it has wings. I went up to it and it looked at me. All of a sudden, text appears on top of the creature. You can fix this. We can forgive you. All you gotta do is let us out. Everything started shaking when the last text appeared. He suddenly disappeared. Suddenly the Sonic that was chasing me before appeared. He was big just like before. He detached his head. Text appeared at the bottom that read run. I started running. I was faster than him this time. I was sweating excessively. I reached the end and saw the other Sonic. Suddenly the Sonic that was chasing me disappeared. The creature looked at me and the red text appeared on the screen that read, "You can't." All of a sudden something touched me. "Let me show you how this game ends." Flashed on the screen with loud noises in the background. I turned around and saw the first Sonic I met. The Sonic looked different. He looked way scarier and way weirder. His colors were darker. His eyes were weirdly realistic. He had skin ripped off in some parts of his body. He also had scratches on his back. His spine was sticking out of his chest. He was taller than an average person. It gave me chills. I still couldn't react. It was cold. The creature grabbed me, laughed, grabbed my head, and crushed my skull. And that's the end of the story. Well, man got his skull crushed. But he wrote all of this for us. That's not bad. Well, chat, what do you say? On a scale from 1 to 10, using your best emoji, how good was it? There are no comments yet. Okay. You mean Oh, we got a... Okay, chat. So there's a couple here on the popular page. There's Obsidian, which I think is Minecraft. There's dieme.sb, which has got a spooky Sonic. And there's The Unknown Me, which is a picture of a me with a silly face. But it's like not edited. It's just a me you can make in Me Maker. So I don't know what that's about. What do you think? I'm giving you the power. It's a cream meat pasta. Tired of this. The Castlevania creepypasta? Probably. Would you really be surprised if there wasn't? Or there was? Do the craft one? I don't know if it's craft or not. It just says it's just called Obsidian, and it's got like a lanky looking fellow. So I think maybe it's an Enderman. I don't really know though. I'm just guessing. They all seem kind of booty. Oh. Well. The me one, surely it can't be bad. Are you willing to put money on that wager? Alright, I'll click it. Alright. Okay, chat. Here we go. The Unknown Me. Hello, my name is John. I like to play games. I have consoles like the Xbox One, the PS4, and the Switch, but I wanted to get a Wii. The Wii sounded cool, but I never got it. However, I saw a Nintendo Wii for $10 on eBay, so I brought it with my own money. Great. The Wii came with Wii Sports Resort, Lego Star Wars, The Complete Saga, and New Super Mario Bros. Wii. I got super excited, so I just had to buy it. Once the system arrived to my home, I decided to set up my Wii. Once I turned it on, there was not a setup. I just loaded it up, and in my surprise, I had a few games. In fact, there was some virtual console games. I went to the Me channel to make a Me. I saw a Me called Unknown Me. He had brown hair and looked really angry and had a smile. I thought nothing of it, so I just made my own Me and played Wii Sports. I played the boxing mode, but I wasn't fighting against any CPU Me's. I was fighting against Unknown Me. He punched me and my character fell to the ground. And I kept getting beaten, so I shut the game off. I got a message from the Wii message board. It reads, "Open your Me channel tomorrow. I sent some Me's." Then the letters were glitching and had blood all on the text. I thought it was some weird glitch, so I didn't think of it. I shut the Wii off and went to bed. Once I woke up, I went to the Me channel and I saw my Me's getting murdered by the Unknown Me and a few Me's with guns. I got shocked because I never thought this would happen. I tried deleting the Unknown Me and all of the henchmen, but they ran out of the Me Plaza. I said to myself, what the fuck? I also checked Wii Sports and Wii Sports Resort, and for some reason there were a major massacre across Woohoo Island and at the golf area, and then I restarted my Wii, and all of this was solved, and it never happened again, and I knew not to make a Me that looks like him. That's the story. So what do you think? Was that good? Do you honestly and truly believe that you can, with a clear conscience, say that that was a good story? There's one comment, but John, you did not make the Me. It's a good comment. It's very true. That was it. That was it, yeah. An angry Me went on a Woohoo massacre. And then he restarted his Wii and everything was back to normal. And then he knew to never make a Me that looked like that guy. Now, honestly, what did you expect from this story? I do wonder. I got a quick question. Can I buy every evolution shard from Veilstone? Or do I have to, like, farm drops? Because I don't know if I need money or drops. Something funny? Was that funny? Did you laugh at that one? This is on the popular page. Yeah, it was on the popular sidebar. You can just buy them, okay. It's just I made a Mii and it killed everyone. But he didn't make the Mii. The Mii was already on the $10 Wii and it killed everybody else. So that's what happened. Alright, chat, you wanna read Daimi SB? Oh man. Stay tuned for part 2. Huh? Okay, this is somebody's first creepypasta. I don't want to pick on him. I don't want to pick on him. I don't know, chat. This seems like if I read this, this is gonna make me complain. Maybe I cut this kid some slack, and I don't read this, and I just accept that he made it. His first pasta is full of all kinds of issues that he will work on in the future. You know, maybe now that I have this information, I don't feel like shitting on effort. I don't feel like shitting on effort. So maybe I let this one. Maybe I let sleeping dogs lie on this one. Does that mean most of these aren't these people's first? Maybe they are, but they don't say anywhere that they are. This guy explicitly said this is first. And he even says in his comment, if this is terrible, please tell me. Like he wants to know so he can improve. I appreciate that. But also, I don't want to be the guy that rips into him. Or maybe I should. Maybe that's exactly what he wants. I don't know. I don't want to be the bad guy here. Daimil. Okay. Well, as long as it's constructive, I think it's fine. Alright, I'll read it. It was a normal day, as the weatherman said. It was sunny at 78 degrees Fahrenheit. I was sitting on my couch watching Family Guy when I heard a sudden knock at my door. When I went to answer the door, there was no one there, a sign of a typical prank. I looked down, there was a box on my porch. I picked it up and took it inside. I got my pocket knife and I carved it open. What was inside was a game disc and a note saying, "Don't do it, man. I know you're tempted to play it, but please don't. Signed, Colin." At that point, I should have destroyed the disc, but my curiosity was just killing me. I took the note off and inspected the CD. Kirby.Infinite, huh? What a silly name. Alright, so immediately I'm going to be an asshole and say, why the fuck would your friend... Why would your friend deliver a parcel to your house with a note that says, "Do not play this game"? Why would your friend not just get rid of it? This is a silly situation. This doesn't make any sense. I went upstairs and booted my computer. After I signed in, I regrettingly put it in and grabbed the controller. For some reason it worked, and before I knew it, the game finished loading. The title screen appears, and I pressed play. After that, all I could hear was faint laughter. I went up to load up the new save file, but there was none. All it said was, "Continue forward, Jason." How did this thing know my name? Toxic gas. No, give me girls. Girls. I continued on after 5 seconds of sitting in shock. The first level pops up as normal, except I was playing Meta Knight instead of Kribby, which was strange at first, but I've seen worse. I kept going until I got to the multi-door menu. In the cutscene, there was about 10 Waddle Dee and a Crimson Kirby all watching me from the screen. Strange. This wasn't in a game at all. But I kept going with a choice to spare. I explored the menu until I found a secret door behind the mirror. I walked through the special door. All of a sudden, I was greeted by sliced bodies and saws everywhere. I started moving forward, dodging the saws, until I ran into a shadowy figure standing in the darkness in front of me. Static filled the screen and a message popped up. "Get ready, Jason." Then the static rolls again. The next level popped up and I started running while that damn shadow man was chasing me. It eventually caught me after I hit a wall. Then the static rolls with another message. "You lost. How could you?" And the next level appears. "But you lost." This time I was playing as a Waddle Dee. I started running, investigating the area until I found him. After that, I had to kill him as a giant with only the hopeless power-up. What? Hold on. What game are we playing? I hit him about 6 times until he crushed me with his fist, and the message rolls on the screen. "How dare you try to oppose me? Who are you?" Then the final level appeared. This time I was playing as the Crimson Kirby from the menu. Oh. I got to float across the stage. I gradually got getting closer to him. He then charged at me, and the screen went black for about 20 seconds. Alright. Now, talked about this before, but you can't... when you give, like, specific intervals of time, it really does not add to your story. It makes it seem silly that anyone is actually keeping count. You can add tension and stuff like that by, not alluding to, you can allude to how much time passed or how much time feels like it's passing based on the situation, but when you just drop, like, hyper specific amounts of time, it just takes you out of it. And then he lunged at me with his terrifying face, white pupils, black skin aura, and grotesque dental features with a message of what seems to be demonic cackling. Oh, so he's British. Okay. Gotcha. For some reason I can hear it. He then showed me the Crimson Kirby with a lifeless expression on him, his eyes ripped out, teeth plucked out of his mouth. Kirby doesn't have teeth that he shows anyone. And a smile too wide to be normal. Oh, wait. You're talking about the Sonic thing. He then lunged at the screen one more time with satanic laughter. After that, my computer shut off. I looked outside and it was dark. I looked at the time and it said 12. How could it be midnight already? I thought to myself. I got up to get something from the fridge. I went in the kitchen. It was pitch black. Not to mention the sound of someone saying, "I am Daimi, Sandman of Hell. Prepare to feel sorrow, Jason." I found the fridge after bumping into everything. I opened the fridge, took a can of root beer, and looked up to close the door. That was your reaction after you heard that? Like, okay. You heard that in your house in pitch darkness, and you continued to the fridge, opened it, grabbed a can of root beer. Are you in a horror movie? Bro, if I'm chilling in my fucking kitchen in darkness and I hear, "I am Daimi, Sandman of Hell," I know that someone is in my house that should not be in my house. And I'm gonna do something aside from going over to my fridge and getting a can of fucking root beer. That's just a bad decision you made, man. It's a really bad decision. Okay, yeah, if he lives with a ghost and if a ghost is just his roommate, then that's fine. He's in the clear on that one, but he didn't say he lives with a ghost. And I looked up to close the door, and I looked up, I saw a repulsive figure looking directly at me. Yeah. All I could hear was laughter and a shotgun clicking. What? Baka! I froze in horror. I am God. I am God. Come on, you know. I am God. Come on, you know. Time to go do the Mario. I apologize if that image was too scary for you, but I felt like you needed to see it to understand what is going on in this story right now. He's got a shotgun. The I am God line is so bad in Sonic EXE. Man. Okay. Alright, chat. Well, that was basically a part 1 of a story. And yeah, there were a lot of issues, of course. But like I said, I don't really want to rip into it, because you want to write, you're free to write. Of course, when you put things on the internet, you're subject to criticism no matter what. You can't avoid that. But I don't want to be the guy who tears somebody down for making an honest effort. But sometimes you can't improve until somebody paints a fucking clear picture. If you think if you're content where you are, then it's fine. If you want to improve, but you keep doing the same thing and you think, you're perfect the way you are, and it's sometimes a dose of reality is kind of needed. You need a real fucking rude wake-up call. And some people don't respond well to that. That's for sure. Alright. But yeah, there you go. So, those were a good time. Great stories. Unknown Me, definitely the class winner. I Mind was probably one of the greatest stories I ever read. 1 out of 10? Man, that's rude. That's a better rating than, actually, that's a worse rating than you gave some of the other shit I read earlier. And that was bad. I greatly mind. It was ass. The dude died at the end. He got his fucking skull crushed. And he, like, wrote all of this down up to the moment where his skull was crushed. Sometimes I think people forget the creepypasta is supposed to, like, be a telling from your point of view. It's supposed to be realistic. But when the story ends with our protagonist dying, it doesn't really work at that point, because it's immediately just a fictional story. And before you say, streamer, it's a creepypasta, of course it's a fictional story, that's not the point. The point of the creepypasta is to make it seem like it could happen, even though you know it's a creepypasta. So believable elements, even outlandish elements, can still be believable. But having a man get his skull crushed by a big sonk and then write all of it down, that's pretty unbelievable. Their ghost writes the story. They have their ghost writers. Well, are horror stories written from the perspective of the main character? Or are they written by somebody telling a story? I'm dead. My skull got crushed, so I'm still writing. Alright. Well, chat, if you got another one, feel free to lay it on me. But in the meantime, we're still here. I'm dying, Squirtle. My mouth hurts. My body hurts. My legs are so sore. It's unbelievable. It's not nice. Man, I don't care about the weather tomorrow. Fuck off. Alright. Gary's Mod creepypasta, The Hack. Oh, another one? Okay. Did I read this one before? No, I didn't read this one before, I don't think. Alright, chat, you ready? We're gonna read another Gary's Mod one. Here we go. The Hack. A Gary's Mod creepypasta. My friend and I loved playing Gary's Mod, a game where, if you're not familiar, you can build anything you want. You can even install mods, hacks, or add-ons that add various items into the game. We loved the game so much that we played it for hundreds of hours on and off. Without end. Sorry, I was just trying to process how you play a game on and off for hundreds of hours. But I guess that makes sense. One day, my friend called me and told me get on Steam. Okay. Joel, get on Skype. I logged in and asked him what he wanted. He didn't say anything. Just added a hyperlink leading to a URL. I discluded for upcoming reasons. I asked him about it before clicking on it, as I usually do with unknown links, but he didn't respond. I shrugged slightly and clicked the link, half expecting it to be a prank. Surprised it came to a legitimate web page. I read through it and saw it was a hack for Gary's Mod. It looked pretty cool, adding a lot of new things such as new guns and vehicles, so I downloaded it and installed it as soon as I could. I launched up Gary's Mod and noticed the loading screen was changed, but not drastically. Nothing to be worried about. Instead of blue, the screen was green. I knew that this was a feature of the hack, so I continued on. The game came up, same title screen as usual. There were really cool backgrounds that showed two unknown NPCs doing lots of sports. I instantly got excited, which surprised a lot of people, including the fact I don't like sports, and messaged my friend. Great information. I asked him if he would download the hack he gave me earlier, and he said that he was working on his homework and he would join me later. So I continued on to the game. So, okay. Alright. Hold on, my mouth is tender. I clicked single player and dragged down the box in the right hand corner. I selected 2 players so my friend could join me anytime via logmain hamachi. I don't know what that means, but okay. I looked over and saw Remedon on the map filter. I clicked it and it popped up as utter collection of maps, from edited flat maps and bigger versions of Construct. This is where things got weird. However, scrolling down to the bottom, I noticed a map called Do Not Loada. I suspected it was supposed to say Do Not Load, and loaded it out of curiosity. A bad mistake on my part. The game loaded up as normal, and the physics got appeared as normal. However, as I was in a dark, slightly red illuminated hallway, I looked around and saw several doors. Do not load. Do not load. I tried no-clipping through them, but the no-clip feature was disabled on this map for some odd reason. For the only solution was to walk down the hallway. Okay. Hold on. Calmvania has ended. Which means it is now time for me to play relaxing Donkey Kong music. Okay. What's gonna be in the Do Not Loada? It started to lighten up after a few miles of walking. How long do you think a mile is, dude? A few miles. And it took me 20 minutes of sprinting just to get to the end. Why are you even still playing the map at this point? This is... No human being would stick around this long. You are nuts. I'm gonna hope because I caught you at level 40 that you're not gonna take very long to level up. Alright. Where am I? What tempted me to keep going was the fact that I was eager to see if the hallway was just rubbish or if it really had something interesting. Okay, well, he answered my question for me, why he kept going. Man, it sure was interesting, as if it was scripted. A cutscene appeared at 2 NPCs I saw on the title screen earlier. Well, that was quick. I love how quick that was. One with brown hair and gray eyes. And one with, called Josh, and the other was black hair and green eyes called Ricky. Josh seemed to be yelling at Ricky, and Ricky was just staring at the ground, laughing demonically. A chill was sent down my spine to his horrid laughter, and I pressed enter, left mouse button, and any other button that would usually skip scenes with no success. Well. Die faster, please. Alright. Good. Touhoumon. Okay, let's go to the trophy garden and catch some lads and ladettes. Or I guess lasses and lassettes, but they're all lasses. That's where the starters are. I need the starters. I need another Sakura anyway. I'll worry about that later. Let's just get the focus on grabbing the starters out of there. And anyone else I didn't grab. I think I can get another Chakra Ray, right? Hold on. Right here. Yeah. Love this Donkey Kong music, man. Love it. Alright. Do I still have Ultra Balls? Pretty sure I do. Can I buy Quick Balls? No. Ugh, I gotta buy 20, man. Brutal. Okay. Let's go to the trophy garden. If I talk to old Bentley over here, will he be like, check out this new Pogie that was hanging out in the garden? And the butler will be like, the fuck? Coming through. Let me see. But besides the trophy garden, yeah, I'm envious, but you are. Don't mind sharing. The prize puppets sell you. It doesn't make you envious. Yeah, I knew you'd be enjoy. There's a cute little Shingyoku Joyce ran over. Master, the puppet you mentioned doesn't exist in the garden. What? But it does. It's true, I tell you. No lies leave these lips. Yeah, so there's like rare daily Pokemon that can show up in the trophy garden. But it's like post-game locked, I think. I don't actually know what triggers it. Either way, there's quite a multitude of things that can appear in this garden. But that was already here to begin with. One of the shops at Quick Balls? Yeah, one of them, but I don't remember which one it is, so who cares? We're only gonna catch a couple more things anyway, right? Quick Balls are pricey. Although Ultra Balls are more pricey, so. That's fine. Alright, let's get looking. Chirbo. Don't worry about Chirbos. Reimu, don't need her. Josh looked at the screen, crying. I couldn't make out what he was saying, but he was talking to Ricky. Ricky then pulled out a pistol and pointed it at himself. Josh reached out his arm for Ricky, but it was too late. Ricky had shot himself. Oh, shit. And fell lifelessly to the ground. I actually kind of need you, but I don't think you're going to cooperate in this Ultra Ball. Oh. Nice. I need, I think I need 3 of them total. Because there's 3 different forms. There's one that focuses on the male, one that focuses on the female, and one that focuses on the ball. Yeah, this is the fun we're gonna have here. Okay. There we go. Alright, excellent. So where is Snai and Raisin? Okay, where was I? Shion. Josh fell to his knees, still crying, but more harshly this time. It felt as if every sob was stabbing a knife in my throat vigorously. The cutscene ended and I saw a few shacks, dull brown and torn apart. I looked inside each house, destroying the walls with my physics gun. It was only until the last house that I saw the dead body of Ricky inside, decaying and rotten. I almost threw up at the sight of it. It was horrible, very realistic, and about the best a game engine Gary's mod was run on could do. I noticed something, however, that his head was slowly turning towards the screen. Hello, June. I quickly ran back, scared as much as I possibly could be from a video game, then I stopped. I slowly turned around and saw the rotted face of Josh right in front of me. Where are Snai and Raisin? How have I not run into them yet? Wait, where's Alice? Where are they? It says they're in here. Don't tell me they're part of the fucking backlot shit. But there was like a bunch of different locations. Found the radar? Oh man, the radar. Right. Ding ding. Oh. Gimme. How do I find her with the radar? How do I know where they are? There's like a bunch of different locations. Oh, it's just you. I don't think they're here right now. And that's like the sparkly grass. That's all fucking Marissa! Okay, well this wasn't a complete waste of time at least, but it was not a good use of it. 7 steps. You're everywhere in here. Holy shit. Okay. Alright. Goodbye, Reimu. I ain't got time for your games. So where are you? Wait, can't you assholes be in the Great Marsh? You can. I don't need to catch Alice. I gotta look at the binoculars. Why are you in here? Why was a whole ass Sega in there? Ellie. Alice is here. Don't need Alice though. No. 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 Nope. Worthless. I don't think they can be here. No. No, it doesn't seem like it. Well, I did see Alice, so... Huh. me see. So yeah, the areas here. It says Racing can appear in Turnback Spring. She can appear in, what's that, Floroma Town? No, that's I don't remember what town that is. No, I think that's Floroma. Or it's at Eterna Forest. I can't remember. But the other place is the spring. You can appear. Okay, so Racing's with the other Lunarians. I guess she's a rare encounter. But then Snai has an exclusive encounter rate up there by Celestic Town, and also on the same route of Racing, which is the Iron Works. What? Or is it the no? What? No, it's the forest. But they both can. Hold on, one of them can appear here. Snai can appear over here, and Racing can appear at Turnback Spring. So, I guess we check this grass. They're poker radar. Okay. Or GBA slot encounter? I can't do that. That's a frog. Alright. Is there any easy way to go about this, or am I just gonna be eating dick? 24. I know. I could listen to Dongo Congo music at least. I think you can simulate a cartridge plug-in on an emulator, but I couldn't tell you how. Oh, well. Classic poker radar situation. So they can only show up in the radar grass. Is there a specific type of grass? Oh. Like, is it like the one that shakes a little bit? The one that has like spots? I go up here. What the fuck are you? I don't know. What do you mean you don't know? It's your job to know. You're not deaf. If I kill them, I can continue the chain, but I'm not interested in continuing the chain. Where is she? Be nicer if oh, there. Okay, she was in Sparklies. I found her. She was in the powdery grass. Alright, get the ball. Okay, getting the ball. What are you doing? Let's try and make it hails from the outside world likes giant robots. Oh, the chain continued. Fuck it. Alright, next, Spring Path. So she's in there with, she's a higher level in there, so I only have to give her one level as well. Which is exceedingly convenient for going out of my way out here. Coming all the way back over. I bet it's this one. Oh, I mean, I was technically correct. Okay. Yeah! Right there. That's it. That's the wrong rabbit. Thank you, Toasty, for the resub. Chad, I'm hungry. I don't want this rabbit. Maybe it doesn't even matter what the grass patch is. I mean, it's all bullshit. Could catch another Torihime or Yorihime, but also the catch rate is probably ass cheek, so not a good idea. It's the wrong race, and I'd like to read my scary moments in Gary's mod again. This guy got very scared. He's shaking. Literally shaking. Me, though, I'm as cool as a cucumber. My ear. Chad, imagine watching a stream and just like it's completely normal until something strange happened in the game and it just got super like, oh shit, what's going on? Something like that would, like, you know what would actually realistically happen if somebody was like streaming and it started to turn to a creepypasta game? It would attract a lot of immediate attention, huge influx of traffic, and then it would get shut down for breaking TOS. Because you know there's something in there that's like bad. Overshot it. Where's the bunny? There was a game that was like it was kind of like that, but it was like you play as a viewer in a chat, and like the guy's like in a fucking who knows where he is, and like the viewership just like goes insane, and he like falls in a hole and there's like a saw blade coming towards him, and it's like whoa, and everybody's just a backseater, just a shitty backseater. You like control the streamer. I don't remember what that game was called, but I know every single person I watched play it was a genuine shithead when it came to like actually playing the game as it should be. They were just venting all of their stress by reacting like chat usually reacts for them. Alright, I'm gonna go back to reading now. There's no merit to running in this grass to charge this. I could use repels, but I don't have the money for that. I need to save my money for shards. Wait, is this the right spot? It says it's in the top corner. Like, am I in the top corner? No, I'm not. I'm in the bottom corner. What the fuck is the difference? I need rock climb. Why is there a whole ass Yorihime in front of me? Dude, fuck it. I'm going to Eterna Forest. It's not even the right grass for it. Let's go to the forest. Oh, I can't go that way. Well, at least we're resolving this issue now. I don't have rock climb on hand, and I don't think Snai can learn it. So, we're just gonna go to the forest and see what we can muster in here. This will be easier. Who knows? Maybe I'll find something I don't have in here as well. Alright, here we go. I'm gonna read. Here it comes. Ah! Where was I? Alright. I slowly turned around and I saw the rotted face of Josh right in front of me. I screamed, and the figure also screamed loudly and horrifyingly. I quickly shut off my game using the task manager, Control-Alt-Delete, and I did not look when I pressed that button. Whoops. And decided to turn Gary's mod on again. Wow. Alright. There's only one encounter table for all of Send-Off Spring. Now, why does the map seem to indicate... Why does the map indicate that it's only in the upper portion? Isn't that kind of strange? Why does it do that? Where's the sense? I saw it. It's just Eden, dude. I don't care about Eden. Which one is Bunny? Okay. The game started up as normal, however, there was supposed to be a blue screen was still green. The background was now a non-changing animation of Josh crying. Oh. Red goal. I clicked on single player and saw the only map was don't continue, trust me. I still was continuing on, shaking, and start up the world. What I had finished loading was flat map, completely normal. I mucked about around for an hour, thinking the thing was just entire nonsense. I just had to go through that one thing. A silly idea it was. I was convinced it was enough. These are the wrong raisins. You gonna send me back to the spring? I don't want to go back to the spring. I've been sent off. Throughout playing the game, however, I noticed a few strange things. All the NPCs I placed down, no matter ally or access, didn't attack me. I was convinced it was just a bug, thinking that it was all okay. But I noticed when scrolling down the effects tab, there was something called REN 134 449444 Any. This isn't the right one. Well, I found Snai, so like it should work here. Maybe I'll go back to the spring because this place sucks. 29 fucking steps. Unbelievable. Spring is 22. Here is 10. I fucking turned. Alright. I hate this, and I hate you. Okay, I'm walking back. Do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do. Do-do-do-do-do-do-do. Don't you love that Dong Kong music? Yeah. Whoa! 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 Whoa, she's all red and shit. Whoa. Okay. Let's throw some balls. Toss I don't think I can hit her. Oh, she's gonna kill me. Alright, fine. Bust out the Ultra Balls. Alright, fine. We're tossing the repeat ball. Alright, we're throwing out the Ultra Balls again. Play the game. There you go. Looks more like Reimu to me. Alright. Good job, team. Oh, I'll make the save. Why not? I couldn't translate what it was after all. I didn't know if it was legit or gibberish. I stupidly clicked on it and a loud blaring noise similar to Ricky's screech earlier flared. I muted my computer and that seemed to work. It was silent. Now, however, when I turned around, Ricky was standing there. Why are you standing there, Ricky? What are you doing? Ugh. A reasonable distance away from me and not like he was earlier. He looked young and was playing a game of tennis with Josh. And I noticed to the flashback, Josh had hit it over the net, past Ricky. Ricky then... That's the wrong one. Ricky then threw his racket to the ground and stomped on it. He yelled at Joshua with no sound. I then noticed I hadn't unmuted my computer. When I did, Ricky turned his head to the screen with his old zombified face and screeched, "Why would you want to do that for? Stay out of this." Why is he screaming at the player? I just wanted to... Fuck you! You ruined my fucking radar! You stupid bitch! Man. That was it, too. That was the one. That was the one. I saw it. It lined up. Where is this wabbit? This wascally wabbit. If I find a shiny one of you, I don't even want you. You stink. Your catch rate is also probably really bad. But that's fine. 10. Great. Great. You're back. Alright. All of a sudden my computer crashed. Popped just like that. I restarted my computer and everything was normal. I went on Steam and noticed my Gary's mod was removed from the list. I ended up buying it again. I noticed my friend from a while back had come online. I messaged him instantly, telling him what a nice prank he had on me with that hack. He replied to me about 4 or 5 minutes later. He said, "What? I've been playing pool all day. I haven't been online for 10 hours. He then asked if I wanted to play Gary's mod. And I replied with, "Not right now, maybe some other time." I thought about it for a while and realized he wasn't joking. The previous day he asked me if I wanted to go and play pool with his friends and him. I said no, and he hasn't been online since the morning. I started the hack at noon. If you really don't know what happened, don't worry. I don't either. If I knew why someone had did this or how it happened, I would tell you, but sadly, I can't, sadly. I still play Gary's mod today, but I sometimes hear a voice calling Joshua. Come and play. Added here. What do you mean added here? What does that mean? Sonic EXE never scared me, mostly because the guy who got the game was stupid and played the game instead of breaking the disc. The other Saitama has my back, motherfucker. Okay. It's just a little bastard. One of the scariest creepypastas I have read besides Sonic.exe. Is that like a mean comment? That sounds like a mean comment. What happened to the story? Yeah, these comments are actually pretty, you know, they're kind of nice. Saying it wasn't that bad. It's pretty good. Joshua. He was playing pool. Ah! Oh, it's you again. You did it to me again. My mouth is sore. It's in pain. I'm in pain. We share the pain. We are the pain. We like the pain. Pain! What the fuck is my rabbit, dude? I'm so sick of this grass. How much time I'm wasting looking for this stupid starter that nobody even wants anyway. And this stupid grass. At least I have Donkey Kong music to keep me sane. I found Sanai pretty fast. Just don't know why I can't find her. And I'm not gonna bother looking for Alice. I'm just gonna. There's multiple Alices. I got regular Alice, technical Alice, defense Alice, dog Alice. I got so many Alices. I have to create. I have to procreate with Alice to make more Alices. Surely this is the worst thing. I'll never recover from this. Man. This is it. Aha! Got her. Penile music. Please stay in the ball. What? That took like 50,000 times. Fucking stay in the ball, you jackass. That one didn't even shake at all. Stay on the ball! Oh, I hate you. Okay. A moon rabbit that abandoned her allies and fled to Earth. Okay. I'm gonna do something real quick. Okay. I don't really need to do this, but I'm gonna do it now. Smooth them all down the bottom. Wrong shard. Where, yeah, Swift shard. Down the bottom. Power shard. Down the bottom. This is just convenience. Dawn shard. Except for the hard scale looking things. Okay, I think I got them all. So the solar and dusk shard. I used all of them. Dawn, power, swift, support, solar. Yeah. Okay. Let's get out of here. We have our next batch of Mons. We have Debuni. I'm out of Pokeballs again, though. Hold on. Let's do a little swappy action for a heal. Move you bastards over here. Oop. Okay. And I have Raymu. So I got Rayson and Snai, who will be like 1 level each. Check the Pokedex. I know this music. I have Squishy. Yuki and Kurumi I don't have. And Megumu. Yuki, Kurumi, Megumu. Okay. Megumu. Kurumi. Where's Yuki? Some nice music. Chat, next time I say I'm going to complete the Pokedex in a Pokemon game, don't let me do it. Just take the oh, wow, would you look at that? What an unexpected character to run into. Could you imagine right now, in this moment in time? Unbelievable. A fire magician with skills matched only by our loyalty. Regards Mai with the utmost respect. Well, that takes care of that one. I love when I run into these things on the way. Alright, down we go. Kurumi, Megumu, Kagero. Oh, Kagero is next, okay. She should be with the forest Pokemon. There she is. Okay. Oh, God. It's just a lot of work. It's like 500 of these little fuckers. Raisin doesn't even really need this because she'll go up in 1 level. Okay. Excelente. Muchos grando. Or whatever. I don't have any balls to catch shinies. Don't run into a shiny. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Especially not in the sand. Sand sucks. Fuck that guy. Just wriggle. Okay. We got 15 minutes till streamer dies. So. Oh, right. Wrong thing. Although I'm ready to put myself in position to get out of here early so I can eat my chicken. Oops. My gear shifted. Alright, let me do this. Alright. I'm gonna stop here, because there's not really any time left anyway. I'll get a head start on my oven. Oh, man. Oh. The backyardigans get killed. Oh, that's not a good... That can't be a good story. I don't think I like that story. Alright, chat. Well, more progress has been made. What else can I really say? We're chipping away at it. But, you know, at least we keep ourselves entertained. What more could you possibly ask for? But yeah, you know, like I said, this is exactly what this episode was going to be. Honestly, I could not post the VODs at all, and it wouldn't change much, but I post them just because, why not? It doesn't hurt me to do so I could do that. Anyway, chat, more next week.